to the YouTube channel for John's Journey Walk Foundation. Today, it's February the 26th, right?
26th.
We are interviewing Shamala, and she is the founder of the Calgary Single Mothers Society.
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
They're based in Calgary. They've been around for, you said this is about a year old? You've been
About
around
a
for a year.
Yes.
Okay, so their organization is 1 year old. They work with single mothers, and they do a lot of outreach in the community. So they've been to a lot of events. They've been doing a lot of hard work. Well, Shamala's been doing a lot of hard work. She just came from an interview, she just had an interview before this, so she's a busy lady. So we're really pleased to have you here today.
Thank you for
and
having me
for
here.
our viewers out there in the world, this should be a very good interview today. Once again, we try to focus on the organizations that are doing a lot of good in the community, helping. They're not big organizations yet, but they're all working towards that level so that they can get the word out and get the networking and get the support that they so need. So, like I say, once again, welcome back. I'm going to just get a better understanding of what your organization is. So can you tell us what the mission is and what you do?
All right. I was a single mom over a decade, and I could really relate to what the single mothers are going. So we had an informal group prior to registering this organization. So, and then we've been doing a lot of work in the community, especially with single moms and their children. And then last year, it's been a year and a half that we have registered, but we started working a year ago on it. And we want to work towards, especially first of all, breaking the stigma and barriers that is connected to the single moms. Mm-hmm. And then also reaching out to those families who are in need, connecting them to resources and so on. And and then programs for their children.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So also all the people that you get for help are single mothers, is that correct?
Yeah, majority of them are single moms. When we did food hampers, we tried to give back to the community as well. So we had some immigrants and some people who are really in need. Mm-hmm. So we wouldn't push them away, of course, because we are here to give back to the community and also work, advocate for single mothers.
Wonderful. Yes. And now, are you a charity or are you a non-profit?
Non-profit.
You're so it's like John's Journey Walk Foundation. We're a non-profit as well.
Non-profit,
yes, wonderful. And so, what is the driving force behind you creating the non-profit and reaching out and doing all this work?
As I mentioned earlier, it was myself who was on that path, on that struggle, been there, and seen other single moms struggling and so on. But then I went back to school, tried to, work on my own and so on, improve myself. And I started noticing that other single moms, I kind of became positivity for them, a positive role for them. Like, if you can do it, we can do it. Mm-hmm. And so on. That kind of gave me motivation to work with them, guide them, and connect them to other resources, help them open small home-based businesses and so on, and guide them about career and a lot of other sorts of things and so on. And now the group, especially when COVID hit, we all struggled.
Yes.
And we were more pushing towards supporting the small businesses. Mm-hmm. And it got me thinking, what about those single parents who have some teeny tiny businesses? And as I was a childcare worker, and we did not have as many children because the parents started working from home and so on virtually. And a lot of single moms started reaching out to myself while I was struggling on my own. And there was a community group where I reached out to them and asked them if there is something that you have a subgroup that supports single moms. What about their businesses?
Right.
And he kind of quoted my comment and posted in the group, and then we start getting backlash a lot, that the single motherhood is a trend nowadays, and so on. They go out for benefits. They want resources for free and so on. And this is the motivation for me. And I think that was the driving force for me, that hey, we can create our own group.
Right.
Single motherhood is not about collecting benefits and so
No.
on. You don't know the struggle of the single mom. You
No.
haven't been in her shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So juggling with the jobs, facing criticism at work, but despite that, you still want to continue that job, hold on to it, because you want to feed your children.
Well,
And
that's
then,
a priority.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And then challenges with children, challenges with ex-husbands, visitation of children. There's a lot that you need to face. And I salute those single moms that despite that, and there are a lot of single moms, despite that, they are also giving back to the community.
Right.
Not only raising their children, not only thriving for themselves, but they are lifting others along the way.
Yeah, and showing them there's an option, and that
There's
there's
an option.
resources out there.
Yeah. And I kind of, I remember one of my neighbor, she's not a single mom, and then she said, whenever I complain to my husband, I don't know how to do this, and then say, hey, look at Shamila. If she can do it, we can do it.
Right.
And I was like, oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
You know? So, and people looked up to me, and I was like, okay, I need to be that role and set a good example.
Well, I'm so glad that you are getting out there and trying to dispel the stigma.
Exactly.
Because there is a stigma out there when, with single mothers, and, even with people that are on welfare, or, certain situations, and you don't know their story.
Exactly.
You don't know what's happened, or what types of things have transpired to get them to that place.
Definitely.
Right? So, like, the diversity that you deal with, the different diversity, like, is there a wide range of diversity?
There is wide range, because I did not want to focus only on one specific culture. Yes, a lot of us Asian cultures, we do face that stigma a lot more than others. But then I had friends from various backgrounds and so on, and I heard their stories as well. They're on the same boat.
Yeah.
We all are struggling and going through the same things, same struggles, and same concerns, their same needs, and so on. So yes, our organization doesn't focus on one specific race or culture. We are open for all.
That's wonderful.
That's inclusivity.
Yes, that is so wonderful, and I think that's how things should be. I mean, it's based on the need,
exactly,
on what's going on. Absolutely.
And also, this will teach our community how to accept each other despite their differences and so on, and connect.
Yeah, and I bet that's a very scary thing to be in a situation like that.
Yes.
Where you need the resources, you don't know where to go to, you don't know what's out there. You may be in a new country, or you might be, born and raised in that country, but you've never had an opportunity to get to where you can reach out.
Exactly.
So,
and another thing, a lot of single moms, I think we try to kind of isolate ourselves. A lot of times, what happens when you are going through, it's not easy decision to make, whether you want to become a single mom with all that whole responsibility, the bundle of responsibilities and so on. So in many cultures, it's not accepted, that you would leave your husband and so on, or your partner. And I want them to give a hope that when they'll come out, they won't be judged. They will be accepted. They will be understood. And recently, there was a single mom who was a refugee and new in the country, and then she said she was on a walk to the park and she met some people and started asking her a whole lot of questions. Why happened? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? And sometimes you're not ready.
No.
When you don't want to
absolutely
open up, when you're ready, you will open up on your own. But sometimes you're not ready because you're already jealous, struggling with something else. 1,000 things are going over your mind, and so on. And she said, for 3 months I've been observing you, and today I decided to reach out to you.
Oh, good for
And
you.
I thought you're not going to judge me, and it's like no.
No.
It's not the place where we will be judging each other, and that's why we have a group as well for single mothers only, or very few people who are not single moms, but they understand their struggles and they want to support them.
Right.
And so that's where they openly can talk about their issues, openly can share things that they might be hesitant to share in the public or to anybody else.
Right. And I know you have a Facebook group. I haven't seen a website or anything, but your Facebook group, it's you. If you want to join, you have to pretty much apply. You have to click the join, and there's certain rules that have to be.
What has happened prior to that, we had a WhatsApp group. We also have a WhatsApp group.
Okay.
And a lot of people, especially males, started joining and started texting and so on, harassing and so on.
Yeah.
So that's why we kind of have put
It's a safety.
It's a safety
kind
for
of
the single moms and so on. And then if they want to mingle with others, opposites sex and so on, there's other groups that they can, and this was like more privacy and safety. And then if we had opened it up and you don't know if ex-husband is joining in, trying to back that person and so on, so that's better. We have a Facebook page and group. We also working on a website. It's there, but still in progress.
So as soon as you get the website up, I'll be putting you in our resources.
Awesome.
So we've got quite a few resources on our website at johnsjourneywalk.com. So we'll add this once it's up. And I mean, you just need to go to Facebook and look for Calgary Single Mother Society. I have the logo on my website in the sponsors and as well as the resources. There's a link, but it's just to explain that it's a Facebook page, and you too have to click to join. And there's a bunch of, they will preview you like Shamala is saying. So I'm glad I joined. I'm glad I found out about your organization. I'm glad you came last year to our event, our walk. And my gosh, did they ever do a lot of stuff? It was incredible. I mean, I was so happy to meet her and her group and the organization and find out what they're all about. And so the next thing I just kind of want to ask is the resources that you provide, are they financial? Are they legal? Are they food, clothing?
Right now, as you know, we are at the initial stages, and over the year we have done a couple of things that we did as one of the events coming up. We did a couple of events and so on, and we on our event, during our events, every single mom would get something at least, won't go empty-handed. And also we are working towards some sessions and so on. But our future, like our vision, is that to have that platform where they have educational, financial stability, related to financial wellness and so on, and also the mental health.
Absolutely, that's vital.
And yes, one of our group with the collaboration with Sages, a peer support group is coming up soon in April, and 6 weeks program, and then they have 14 weeks program. So that we are trying to reach out in the initial stages to other organizations and join, and then bring those resources and connect our single moms with the resources.
With the other resources, so they can find out what's out there.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. And do you think today, looking at our community and our society and how things are going, do you think there's enough resources available? Do you think people are doing enough, or could there be more organizations like yours?
Yeah, about single moms, I think this is second organization. Ours is second organization in Calgary. When there is one High Banks society that deals with the youth moms and single moms, and I think there should be more. Even though a lot of organizations are thriving, they're doing amazing work out there, and a lot of collaborations need to happen so we can join hands and have a bigger impact.
And network and get all the resources.
And so on.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So what if you were a single father? Do you know of any organizations where single fathers can reach out?
Yeah, we get that question a lot. And at the moment, we are not ready to include single fathers. And as I mentioned, the concern, because we don't know who's who and whether they're connected or not. But in future, this is our project that where we want to work with the single parents. Both parents about the custody cases, and also when we use our kids as the tools, and we are on a war, kind of. Yeah. And
you're breaking the misunderstanding or the stigma or the shame of being a single parent, a single mother, a single woman. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah.
So for now, we did not rush into it later on, but I know there's a couple of organizations for men, but not for single fathers, I guess.
Yeah. So if you're a single father, you would have to go out and I guess research it, go online, look for the resources. I'll probably take a look myself to see if there's anything out there, so I can add that as well for people that are maybe not suited for this nonprofit organization at the moment. So yeah, that's what it's sort of like chapters, I guess.
Exactly.
You would have
we're building. We're just at the foundation at the moment.
It's the building blocks. So where do you see yourself going in the next 5 years?
As I mentioned earlier, we want to work with the youth, especially the single parents' children, and youth in general. So we want the families to work together. So we are trying to prevent that, separations, the breaking of the families, and so on. We're trying to do kind of research that. What are the main causes and so on, and then yes, mental health also is one component of it, and maybe other resources, but or maybe lack of education, I guess. Yeah. I believe personally that I think we walk into the marriage having this fantasy,
the ideal partnership, the ideal marriage,
and so on, and we expectations and so on a lot more, and then that's what I think when we are in a real situation we kind of get
a bit of a reality, isn't it?
It's different. So connecting more to reality and so on, and if in those situations that we are where you have to part your ways, and how in a healthy way you can part,
amicably with everybody.
Amicably, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
and that goes towards your mental health as well.
Exactly.
Yeah,
definitely.
And I would think the children too, because
the children.
I mean, when you do have separated families, or they're a product of divorce, or that's really hard on kids. I mean,
very difficult, because my son was 4 when I was separated, so now he's 19. So I've seen a phase of it, and also because the project that I was mentioning that. From kind of starts from youth, educating them what a real a marriage, a partnership is, and then those who are already in a partnership, working with them to how to sustain, and then in case something happens, how we still maintain respectable boundaries.
Right. So your organization accepts everybody. That would be every diversity, like LGBTQ, you name it. Everything is included in that?
Everything is included.
Wonderful, wonderful. So what's and everybody that works with you, you're all volunteers?
We are all volunteers for currently.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that's how you do it, right?
Yes.
You start out.
Well, that's my passion.
Yeah.
So when you have a passion, I think you're dedicated.
Sure. It's almost like a calling, isn't it?
Exactly. It's a calling.
It is. Yeah. So for any of you out there looking at wanting to start a nonprofit or charity, if there's something you want to look at, or if there's something that you feel that you need to do, You can do it. It takes time and effort.
It takes time
and it takes a lot of work, but you can do it.
Everything is possible.
Everything is possible. And the rewards for this, for not just the people that are getting the donations and the help, but it's also the people that are contributing and starting this. It's the reward is just amazing.
Yes, yeah, I'm more spiritual, so I believe you don't only look at the worldly reward.
No.
You don't do everything for the sake of getting benefit back.
No.
Like definitely in the longer run, I would maybe there wouldn't be a benefit, but the passion comes from that you want to do something goodness.
Absolutely.
You know,
well,
the virtue of kindness and those your values.
It's I wouldn't call it exactly missionary, but it's basically you want to reach out to people to say, look, I've been there, I know what it's like, and this is how I can help you, and that's my reward, is helping you find what you need. Like, I know when my brother passed away, you know, because of the addictions, mental health, all that, I said, look, there's got to be something out there. I've got to be able to do something. And I'm not looking for monetary or any of that. I'm looking to get the word out, get the networking, get the resourcing, and get people to be educated and understand that this happens.
It happens.
It does happen. And it's nobody's fault. And there are things out there that can help you in organizations. Exactly. So, I mean, what is the biggest takeaway that you've had since doing this?
Actually, I would talk about my very first or second event where other single moms or the psychologists came and started talking, you know, about accepting yourself, working on yourself, empowering each other. And there were bunch of single moms that they heard about the organization for single moms first time, and then they got to know that there are other single moms who are on the struggling and on the same boat and so on. It's like they thought they're the only ones,
and they're not.
They're not. No. So yeah, it was a very emotional session. So I think a lot of them, when they want to volunteer, they want to work on themselves, especially change starts within ourselves. And I think that's what is my takeaway. That put me at peace, because there's enough misery in this world.
Oh, yes.
We're seeing a lot. And our job as a leaders, community workers, is that we set that an example, be that role model, that we work towards creating a comforting, peaceful communities.
Wonderful, wonderful. And so if people are wanting to donate or provide something for your organization, how can they do that?
They can reach out to us via email, Calgary Single Mothers Society @gmail.com, or they can contact me at 403-971-4093 and talk to me about it, what they want to do. And a lot of organizations are opening up as like they're thinking, oh, there is a need. I know one of the organizations reached out to me and it's like, we were panelists for their event, and then they called us back and said, you know, this time in our DEI project, we have included single moms. We always talk about inclusivity, and we never thought about single moms. So
that's a common thread. You hear people talking about it. I never thought of single mothers. Yeah. And it's a niche.
It's a niche
that gets missed quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Even though there are a lot of organizations that might help them, but a lot of us, especially a lot of single moms, wouldn't go even collect donations on because maybe other people are there too, and they'll see them, and sometimes they don't want to tell them.
So it's like food and clothing and furniture, like pretty much anything that's going to help.
Pretty much anything, yeah. We do put out there in our group if somebody needs it and so on. And last week, two of the organizations, PCHS and Selmy, they have donated some of the basic needs stuff.
Wonderful.
So we will be handing it out to the single moms.
Wonderful. And now, are you looking for volunteers?
We accept volunteers.
Yeah.
Definitely. The more, I think, they will be our leaders.
Right.
I also facilitate at one of the institute, and those my volunteers are those that I tell them, you're leaders, you're my colleagues, you're not just volunteers, right? And set a great example out there.
And I know you've got an event coming up in March.
Yes.
March 9th. It's the
March 9th.
It's the Resilient Women Warriors, right?
Yes.
It's basically in line with Women's Day, right?
International Women's Day. Yeah. Oh yes, we did one last year.
Yeah.
And then this is our second one, and we nominated some single moms, or we kind of put them on spotlight to highlight their achievements. We want our community to know that those single moms who are working out there tirelessly, helping other single moms and so on. Not only single moms, helping the community in general, giving back to the community. They need to be known, to encourage them. Their resiliency is a great example for all of us, despite we are single parents or not, because every one of us has our own struggle.
Absolutely.
Right? So that's what we are giving awards in 11 categories, like Artistic Champion Award, Mental Health and Wellness, if one of the single mom has worked. And if you know any of the single mom that you think she has set an example, and been a great role model, you can visit our Facebook group or page and nominate them. There are links are posted there, and so on. And any achievement, any kind, I think there is not any measuring tool that can measure the kind heart.
Right.
And that likes to give back to the community. So any achievement of a single mom, yes. And also we have 3 bursaries, $500 each. That especially as I was talking about the businesses,
Right.
Those single moms who are having small home-based business or any business they're starting up within 6 months or a year, they have started or they're planning to start. Within 6 months, we will work with them, and they can apply for those. They're eligible for those.
And that's on your Facebook page. Facebook page. So just if you're now, you have to join the Facebook page again.
You can visit the page anytime, or you can like it. It's not a group.
So once you like the page, then you will see the links provided.
Yeah, I think without liking it, you can see it as well.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, but if you like it, you'll be in the know what's coming up next.
Well, I did see it, and if I can see if I can share that, I'm not sure if I can share it.
You can share.
Right, I'll go and see if I can share that, and I'll put it on our Facebook page on for John's Journey, so it's there, and absolutely check that out. And can anyone attend this, or is there a charge, or how?
There's no charge. It's free of charge.
Free of charge.
Free of charge event, and yes, anyone can.
And where is it being held?
It's at the PCA Hall, Pakistan Canada Association Hall in Westminster.
In where?
Westminster.
Westminster. Oh yes, so that's the northeast. So and that it would have all that information as well.
Yes,
where it's located.
It has the address and everything. And if you Google PCA Hall, then it'll come up.
Wonderful. I just want to ask one final question. This has been wonderful talking with you.
Yeah, thank you.
What do you want to say to our viewers?
I think throughout the questions that you had, I think my clear message is to be more accepting of each other, be more source of support for each other, and let's do more of good. I know a lot of us trying to, but reach out. And I usually tell my volunteers and anybody around me, I say, even if you help your neighbor, and a lot of us, we don't even know our neighbors, right? So reach out to your community, reach out to your neighbor. Even maybe you're struggling so much, you cannot make a big difference, a small difference. Even smiling and complimenting somebody.
Saying hello to somebody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Giving a hand to the groceries inside, or, any kind act is not a small act.
No.
You can start within that, and let's create this community more peaceful, more accepting, more comfortable for each other, inclusive.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for coming by to do this. I really appreciate it. I'm so glad that you're going to be at the walk, like I said. And again, their organization is going to be one of the organizations that is going to be receiving any donations that are raised along with the Robert McClure Food Pantry. So absolutely, if you have questions, you can contact Shamala or you can contact myself regarding the walk. If you are reaching out and you need assistance, you're a single mother, contact her, go to the Facebook page. There's links there, and see what you can do to get help. And I'll add the email on the website as well as on this video. I'll add it in the links and all that, so that you can contact her if you're reaching out, or if you're wanting to donate, or if you're wanting to volunteer. I guess if you're a corporate organization and you want to sponsor, same thing, right?
Yes,
so
same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Reach out and help these organizations, help these nonprofits, help get the word out, and help to get that message out that there's a need for this, and that there are resources and there are solutions available. So I want to thank you so much for coming.
Thank you
for talking with me. This has been an absolute pleasure. I've been enlightened on this, and our viewers out there, thank you for watching. I will be adding this shortly. I have to just do again the editing and all that type of stuff, so it takes a little while. But I will make. I'll let you all know. So stay tuned when it's going to be added to the websites and everything, so you can enjoy this. And stay tuned to the channel, John's Journey Walk Foundation YouTube channel. Go to our website, johnsjourneywalk.com. We've got all our resources there. Everything is added there. Or go to our Facebook page. All the links are there. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, and I'll let you know when the next interview is. This one has been an amazing interview.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Yes, and blessings to everybody. Blessings to you. And thank you. Everybody take care.